Of the people who graduate with a bachelor's degree, 39% of them will continue on to graduate school. And I mean, it makes sense. On average, having a master's degree will net you an extra $200 a week compared to a peer with a bachelor's. But at the same time, 40% of all graduate programs result in degrees that have a negative return on investment. So if you're navigating a minefield of dead-end jobs, where are the mines? To answer that question, we're going to be interviewing two advising professors, one from the College of Language Arts and another from the College of Business. Let's get started.
Hi, my name is Norbert Schurer. I'm a professor in the English department. I'm the former graduate advisor and currently undergraduate advisor for English.
What can you do with a master's degree in English that you can't do with a bachelor's degree?
Well, you have a much wider range of jobs you can engage in, and you have just better qualifications than you would.
Describe your perfect candidate for an English master's degree.
I'd say the perfect candidate for an English MA is somebody who enjoys working with, thinking about, experimenting with words and language.
Who is this degree not for?
It is not for people who think it's an easy degree because it's just reading books. You're reading books, but it's not just reading books. You're actually engaging very deeply on a human level and on an intellectual level with literature or rhetoric and composition. So the idea that this is just sort of something quick you can do in your free time after you've done your actual job, that I think that person would not be that successful in our MA program.
There's a perception that receiving your master's in a non-STEM or business subject isn't as worth it. Do you think this is true?
First of all, there's clearly just a misperception about how jobs and careers work. Right? We have a lot of majors and MA degrees on this campus that train you for a specific job. English can do that, the MA in English can do that, but it doesn't have to. But what the MA actually really should be is also training you for careers, giving you the tools not just to get the job immediately, but to be able to have a good career, to rise into positions of more responsibility over the 10, 20, 40, 50 years that you're going to be in a particular job.
Is this a degree that you can pursue while you're working part-time or even full-time?
We have lots of students who will just take one or maybe two classes. So we're talking 4 to 7 units, right? So that's easily something you can do with a full-time job. And I'll add to that that's actually a population in the English MA we're very interested in. And one of the ways we're trying to accommodate that is that actually our graduate classes are usually at 3:30, 5:30, at 7 or 7:30, so that people who have sort of quote-unquote regular jobs can, after that, come to school when usually parking at that time is a little bit easier, and take classes at night and complete their degrees successfully and hopefully having fun along the way, even if they have part-time or full-time jobs.
So we've learned that a master's in English isn't about that initial salary gain. It's a long-term commitment for a bigger return in the future. What about a master's in business, though?
I'm Rod Smith. I am the Director of Graduate Programs for the College of Business.
What can you do with a master's in business that you can't do with a bachelor's?
I think the best answer to that is every occupation needs lifelong learning. So you can't just expect to know everything when you get your bachelor's degree. Getting a master's degree is not only for more education, but it's also for networking, meeting other people, and getting an education that might be specific to your long-run goals.
Describe your perfect candidate for a business master's degree.
My perfect candidate for a business master's degree. That would be somebody that really knows where they want to go and recognizes the commitment that they need to make to get there.
Who is this degree not for?
The MS programs are aimed for people probably more recently out of school, and they want to get more expertise in like accountancy, finance, information systems, or marketing analytics. But the MBA is a broader degree. You can find something that is really pretty much for everyone.
If someone regrets getting their bachelor's in business, can they salvage that regret through the master's program?
My take on that would be that the people that regret getting a business administration degree are the ones that are underemployed. They've gone out and they found another job and they found out I really didn't need a bachelor's degree to get this job. And therefore I wasted some time and money to get to this position. And, you know, we always talk about the return on investment. I think those people have found that the return on investment to bachelor's degree in business wasn't there, so it's unlikely that more education in business will resolve that.
What's the workload like? What sort of sacrifices should someone expect to make in their personal life?
Let's take an MBA, our online MBA. If you're a full-time student, you would take 4 classes a semester, trying to do the math, maybe 8 to 10 hours a week every week. So that's a big chunk if you haven't planned for it. But if you've planned for it, then it's not that big.
So as expected, different graduate programs have different expectations. Every person's situation is unique, but if you're considering graduate school at Cal State Long Beach, you can find the path for you by contacting an advisor from one of the links in the description.